I was thinking about categorize, too many categories, and the gory part is what got me to go ahead and push the button. There is a saying when father and son, or author and finisher, come together. Son of a gun, you big lug. Son of a gun, let me just write it down. Son of a gun is a gas, me. Some, hold on, let me get, shut your mouth. All right. Happy Groundhog's Day, that's first. And the hog is off punishment. No more grounding for the hog. Happy Groundhog's Day. Happy African American Black History Month, year, lifestyle. I'm sitting here, what I would call cleaning my gun. Cleaning my gun, a CMG. So what is an MG? An MG is a manager. And as I make these documentations, today is February 2nd, 2023. 2023 is the number 7. 7 is the number of rest, as in Sabbath. And so I'm here in my rest. This is what I want to do for the rest of my lifestyle. That is, be able to be in a seated position, speak unscripted, know that I am marking and making history first for myself and for my family, for my legacy, and then for the rest of the world, the quote collective. And so we all see through mirrors, and we were all given a kind of, let's say, great demise. To me, demise or miser. Miser is someone who is thrifty. So I look at mise now as shorthand for Mississippi or Missouri. And the E stands for eternal. So the MIS would be Miss E. And the E would also stand for energy. The E would stand for Edna. E would stand for Ellsworth. Those are my parents, mother and father, father and mother. And I am their daughter. The word daughter is doctor, etymology speaking. Doctor. Daughter is a D-A-U. A-U is the symbol on the periodic table of elements for gold. And on that periodic table of elements, under gold, is also the number 79, which is also my birth date, birthday, month and year, birth, month, date, and then at the bottom the mass is year. So I will be having my illustration put in front of me, but I got on the green because this is near and dear to my heart, and it's about intentions. My 10 fingers, as well as 10 toes, but this is bringing my story into one full and complete fulfillment of my mission to myself, to know myself, to know my parents, to know my faith, beyond faith into manifestation, beyond manifestation into experiences, into memory. So my memory brings my mother and father back together again, and the scripture comes to mind, to train up a child in the way that they should go. And that's actually in the room that I am in right now. On the wall, there's a picture of a train, and it's coming from Proverbs 22:6. And again, I love numerology, so 22 being the omega, I believe it's the omega in Greek, but also 2 + 2 = 4. Then there's the colon, and then there's 6 or 9, depending on the way that you're looking at it. And so the 9 or the 6, let's stay with the 6. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 plus the 6 is 10. And so again, the intention, bringing full awareness to my videos and teaching, scribing, reading as I go. So as I look at the picture on the wall, and it says train up a child, and the train is going to the left, and which is towards the door. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in cars, as they would be called. The first one, of course, is the engine. The next one looks like a sleigh, though. But all of these cars and carts connect, and they all have different cargo and packages or parcels, whatever. And so a proverb is verb being victory. A verify, V-E-R, the beginning, the verify to pro-verify. So as we understand, as we comprehend that there is no author of wisdom that would not have the beginning and the end of the story before creating a story. Before they give you the book, it has to be finished. Even if we call it a cliffhanger, it's still finished from that concept. And so as I have on my green, this is my hunter green, this is my my mint green, this is my hoodie, I have my readers, my specs, and I have the palm trees behind me. I have the purple behind me. Again, to me, that is the red and the blue coming together, the north and the south. And all of that meets in the middle, the purple heart. Now, I say purple heart because I was willing to and able to lay down my life for a friend, but God said no. My parents said no. One, Christ would send his son to do that so that none of us would have to perish again. But even from there is my parents laying down their lives, my mother first. But again, in synchronicity, the 11th month, the 20th date, the week before Thanksgiving, and she being the goat from the top, the go-at. And so I honor my mother and my father. They trained me up in the way that I should go. And what is that train? To understand that words have homophones, same sound, and sometimes even spelled the same, but a different meaning. So even though, in addition to that, even though they may have a different meaning, train as in an engine train on tracks, cars, and going from one destination to another, there is the train as in to teach someone how to stay on a track, stay on a groove. And that groove would be, again, the mother and the father, the parents. Bowing, if we, as the one in the middle, if we begin to expand as we do, then the parents that started out as one have to be pushed outward. And so we have those kind of echoes, and those are our ancestors on both sides. And so training me up connecting me with my ancestors, as in us being kind of cars. My father's name is Carl, C-A-R-L. So it allows me to make a very easy transition between Carl's and car, and Carl training me up, showing me how to connect the cars, not just the dots. Carl was a mathematician. He was one that believed in the decimals and the tenths, the tithe. So the 22:6 also would be $22 million, 22.6 to be exact, with the period above, which is a kind of marker to me. And so I was thinking $3.14 million as a kind of initial compensation. As I look at this train of a child, it takes me to 22.6 because that's a complete number. 3.14 is 3, 1, that's 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, but it's also 4, full measures. So that was not a wrong answer. It is the show me state, but and blessed are those that believe for the 3.14 and have not seen the 3.14, but would be willing. And I just saw 11:34 on the clock, the timer. That will believe for the 22.6, not feeling that it's to be greedy, knowing that people write checks like that every day. People make those kinds of deals on the green. Okay, and since I don't have a need for a doctor or other people, that physicians that do those kind of transactions on the green, I'm making it on the fly. I'm making it on my green. So this is my proverbial golf, and you are here to witness as well as I am here. 12:12. I am here to fulfill time, and I am taking that train of thought. I'm taking myself as a child, and elevating myself to honor my exponents being my parents, to the second power. So the 2-2 for me is, kind of like sound check 1, check 2, double for your trouble kind of thing. So this is a kind of ending. Again, February the 2nd. Again, I love it. 2-2, February 2nd. 2-2 is in Proverbs 22:6. And so with my right and my left hand, to my parents, hello mom, hello dad, ancestors, and the like, to the Jeffersons and the Joneses, my cousins. I keep up with the Joneses in a spiritual way. 13:13 on the clock. My father's name is Carl Ellsworth, the CE, continuing education, and my aunt, who shares his birth date different year, is Florida Lou, and she is 813. So they are Leo 13, male and female. And so I honor them both in my presence of Negromancy, Negroyancy. It is a speaking to the living. It is the faith beyond things that are seen, but this is what scripture talks about. Jesus spoke to the dead and they became alive. I speak to the dead and they become alive in me. They give me what to say. They give me how to say it. So as a recap, happy St. Patrick's Day, happy St. Lucy's Day, happy St. Joyce Day, happy St. Carl's Day, happy St. Ot's Day, happy St. Val's Day, happy Groundhog Day, and I don't see my shadow in the film, in this video. There will be no more winter. I am the winner, but no more tea, in the sense of bearing my cross. It is, I've laid down my cross. My cross it's a pen, it's a metaphor, it's a marker. But I put the cross behind me. Many put the world behind them. I put the cross behind me, as again a metaphor of those are things of the past. I am the resurrection. I am the life. I am the light, and I am lighthearted. I'm at my zenith. I'm at my peak. I'm at my rest. So the 7 for this year is again that widow woman's rest, living off of the rest, living off of the peace, living off of that which remains, those who remain, which is myself. I understand and appreciate the ick factor, if you will, of cannibalism, or the demonstration of cannibalism with communion with Christ. But to me, it is the shadow, the type and the shadow of the communication with your ancestors, your own Christ consciousness, those that you knew in the flesh, or at least in the tree of life, the family tree. And so all of the Joneses and the Jeffersons were a part of a church body. But again, I just want to have these moments that are lucid and clear, that I am living my dream, I'm living their plan, I'm awake, I am lucid in my reality and in my dream. So many people talk about they want their work to become their fun and their fun to become their work, and I agree, and I add to that you are your money. I am my time. This is my time to shine. And so you take it upon yourself as well as an individual to be the light. So the vigil is a light, and you mourn the night before because you laid down in your grave and you got up. And so hopefully you get up. So if I've covered all of my bases, first, giving honor to God; second, giving honor to my parents; third, giving honor to my family and my ancestors; and fourth, I bring it home. I give honor to myself, Val, for the value that I bring to my own mind, my own state of being, that I'm proud of my children. I'm proud of my sons and my daughter, proud of my previous relationships, and me coming whole to you, me coming complete in and of myself, and yet having that cloud of witnesses around me, behind me, in my mind, in my heart, etc. So with love, I bid you a happy harvest in whatever season this is, in whatever season this finds you. It's no longer, like I said, a winter. It's no longer Snow White for me. It is paradise all the way up from here on out. So join me on more of these, and until then, take care.